Hey everyone! Welcome back to Cap Tech, where we explore the fascinating intersections of technology, history, and travel. I'm your new host, Janie Rutenkruch. I'm so happy that Cap Tech chose me for this job. I am Cap Tech's #1 fan. I think of him like a big vanilla desert. I mean, seriously guys, check out the links below to buy some of Josh Kappelman's books or his new musical album. The man is simply amazing, and in this gal's opinion, he's one of the most underrated creators and artists of his generation. Today we're exploring a darker chapter in the history of Southern Illinois, a time when the college town of Carbondale became infamous for Halloween riots that would shock the nation. This is the story of how a fun night of costumes and parties spiraled into chaos. Carbondale, Illinois, home to Southern Illinois University, has always been a lively college town. Known for its strong academic programs and vibrant student life, SIU was a magnet for students from all over the country. And like many college towns, Halloween was one of the biggest celebrations of the year. During the 1970s and 1980s, Carbondale's Halloween celebrations grew into something legendary. Thousands of students and visitors would flood the streets, turning the town into one big party. But as the crowds grew, so did the problems. What started as a night of fun increasingly turned into something far more dangerous. The first signs of trouble appeared in the late 1970s. As more people came to Carbondale for Halloween, the party atmosphere began to spiral out of control. Streets were packed shoulder to shoulder, and alcohol flowed freely. It wasn't long before tensions started to rise. The situation had reached a boiling point. What started as minor scuffles and drunken antics escalated into full-blown riots. The epicenter of the chaos was the Strip, Carbondale's downtown area filled with bars and restaurants. On Halloween night, the Strip would transform into a scene of mayhem with overturned cars, smashed windows, and fires in the streets. Year after year, the violence grew worse. Police found themselves overwhelmed by the sheer number of people and the intensity of the rioting. In 1982, the situation reached a critical point. Thousands of students and out-of-towners flooded the Strip, and when the police attempted to break up the crowd, the response was explosive. Rioters hurled bottles, rocks, and even Molotov cocktails. The night ended with numerous arrests, injuries, and a town left to pick up the pieces. The breaking point came in 1984, a year that would go down in infamy in Carbondale's history. Despite attempts by local authorities to prevent violence, the Halloween party on the Strip erupted into the worst riot the town had ever seen. As midnight approached on Halloween night in 1984, the crowd on the Strip swelled to an estimated 20,000 people. When police moved in to disperse the crowd, the situation quickly turned violent. Rioters attacked the police, set fires, and vandalized businesses. Tear gas filled the air as police struggled to regain control. By the end of the night, dozens of people had been arrested and the town was left in shock, like nothing they had ever seen before. The whole town was on edge. You could feel the tension in the air, and when it finally erupted, it was pure chaos. I remember seeing cars overturned and people running in every direction. The police were trying to push the crowd back, but there were just too many people. It was terrifying. The morning after, Carbondale looked like a war zone. The damage was extensive, and the community was left to ask itself how things had gotten so out of hand. Had to change. Carbondale could no longer allow Halloween to devolve into violence and destruction. City officials, the university, and local businesses came together to find a solution. In the years that followed, the city and university took drastic steps to prevent another riot. They canceled all official Halloween events, encouraged students to leave town for the weekend, and brought in additional police from surrounding areas. By the late 1980s, the riots had largely been brought under control, but the scars they left on Carbondale remained. Today, Halloween in Carbondale is a far cry from the wild nights of the past. The town has worked hard to shed the reputation it gained during the riots, focusing instead on creating a safer, more controlled environment for students and residents alike. But the memory of those nights lingers, a reminder of what can happen when a party goes too far. The Halloween riots of Carbondale are a cautionary tale of how quickly things can spiral out of control. They're also a part of the town's history that shaped its identity and policies in the years that followed. As we look back on these events, it's clear that while Carbondale has moved on, the story of those infamous nights remains a powerful chapter in the history of Southern Illinois. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. And let me know in the comments, what hidden histories are lurking in your local area? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, this is Cap Tech signing off.
In Carbondale, where the parties never die, we had a house that touched the sky. Professors paid the cover just to join the fun. Rock guitarists woke up wondering what they'd done. The nitrous guy was always around. Before it was banned, we had the best gas in town. Down in Carbondale, the nights were loud. Squirrels in the basement and a crazy crowd on the stage made it crazy. Music played every weekend in our parade. The horse was a legend, smashed teeth with flair. He took out a vacuum like he didn't care. Squirrels and chipmunks made the basement their home. While Midlands rocked, and we'd never be alone. Professors, people, no one cared about class. Down in Carbondale, the nights were loud. It's squirrels in the basement and a crazy crowd. On the stage made of crates, the music played every weekend in our wild parade. Couches full of rock stars bounced down in a daze. Our house was a legend in so many ways. From the nitrous to the noise, we lived it right. Carbondale parties every single night. Every single night. Carbondale parties every single night.